Ladies and gentlemen, if you see a liberal this week, they are very easy to spot. Give them a hug because they could use it. Not only is Pride Month over, not only did we celebrate the USA this week, but the rule of law and U.S. Constitution have really hit the liberals hard. Last week, we got not one, not two, but three favorable Supreme Court rulings upholding religious freedom, merit-based achievement, and personal financial accountability. But that's not all. This week, a federal judge has issued an injunction blocking the Biden regime from contacting and colluding with social media companies to censor and suppress content and information that goes against the preferred propaganda. A U.S. District Court judge determined that, hold your shock and awe, the Biden administration likely colluded with big tech wardens to censor and suppress protected speech during the never-ending glorified cold that was the COVID pandemic. We have Republican Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry and former Missouri AG, now Senator Eric Schmitt, to thank for bringing this case forward and documenting the countless examples of First Amendment infringement brought to us by the big tech, plus big government, plus big guy menage a trois. And it just so happens that I know a thing or two about this BS, given I was personally singled out by Biden's White House digital director to be reduced due to my outspoken objection to the COVID vaccine and more specifically, COVID vaccine mandates. In fact, I was even named on page 16 of this judge's opinion. The judge in this instance quite accurately pointed out that each example or category of suppressed speech was conservative in nature, which he called quite telling. Yeah, no freaking kidding. But guess who is pretty salty about all of this? The neutral and unbiased mainstream media. Turns out the New York Times, perhaps the biggest benefactor of the First Amendment and free speech given they are a news outlet, kinda, is worried this injunction could curtail efforts to censor conservatives in the future. Well, too bad, so sad. We aren't there yet, but just you wait till conservatives are fully unbridled and unmuzzled. The truth is going to leak out like a sieve, and when it does, watch out. Oh, and P.S. I would personally like an apology from every single one of these blue-check COVID fear porn weirdos who repeatedly claimed any critique on vaccine efficacy was disinformation. Your COVID vaccines are basically useless, so it's about time you admit it. So, cocaine was found at the White House, sparking an evacuation over the weekend. Now, under any other administration, this would be shocking, but in the House of Brandon, not so much, given, well, the obvious. There have been several conflicting reports as to where the cocaine was found, but according to the latest reports, it was in a work area accessible to staff. The Bidens were off on yet another Camp David vacay when the substance was found, so whether the coke belonged to a mysterious family member or someone else, I think we all know some poor low-level staffer is going to take the fall regardless. You know, this all feels like a very strange board game, so just for kicks and giggles, let's play Clue, House of Brandon Special Edition. So many interesting characters, like Hunter in the library with the crack, Kamala Harris in the study with a lead pipe, or Pete Buttigieg in the billiard room with a rope, maybe even Sam Brinton in the ballroom with a suitcase. But what about some of our other favorites, like Eric Swalwell in the bedroom with a Chinese spy, Bill in the rose garden with a shovel, Hillary in the garage with a hammer? Those Clintons, man, you gotta watch your back and your front with them, but let's be honest here. If something were to happen to old Joe, I think we all know who did it. Now, as funny as this whole crack in the White House situation is, it's also just really humiliating for the people's house. You know, a few weeks ago, it was this, and now cocaine. So talk about bringing back dignity and morality to the White House. What's next, Joe? A Cardi B rap music video in the Oval? Folks, only 565 days left of this joke. January 20th, 2025 cannot come soon enough.